If you're planning to monetize your YouTube channel in 2026 and you are low-key confused, overwhelmed and slightly spiraling, you are at the right place because I'm planning to do it for myself this year. And instead of gatekeeping it, I thought I would share a realistic step-by-step strategy that I'm going to be using for myself so we can do this together. Hi, my name is Trupti. I create fashion, beauty and lifestyle content on Instagram, and this year I have decided to really up my game and make it on YouTube. So I created this channel 1 year back. I posted a few videos and then I got into corporate. I was working a full-time job, but just so you know how serious I am about it, I have quit my full-time job. Not that I am encouraging you to do that. If you can manage both, it is great. I was not able to do it, and that is why I had to take this step. Without any further ado, let's get right into the video. First things first, what do you need to monetize your channel on YouTube? There are two primary things that you need. First is 1,000 subscribers and second is 4,000 hours of watch time. So let's move on to how I'm planning on doing it. First mistake that I see a lot of new YouTubers making is that they right away start posting long format videos on their YouTube channel. Not that anything's wrong with it, but it will just delay your process into getting new subscribers. Now what I mean by that? Just like Instagram, YouTube also works in a way that it calculates the amount of views that you get in the first few hours and then it decides the future of your videos. So when you are a new channel and you post a long format video, the audience know nothing about you. They are not interested in your life. So they end up not watching your video at all or just leave it in between. Because who are you to them? Why would they watch your content? So it is always best to start by posting YouTube shorts. When I started this YouTube channel, I took the reels that I made for Instagram and started posting them as shorts on YouTube. So what it did was it gave the audience a base to know who I am, what kind of content I make, and just to get a gist of my personality without investing a lot of their time. Retention spans are crazy these days and people would not care about your video if they do not know anything about you. Right now I am at 131 subscribers. So when I post a YouTube video, I know this is the set amount of views that I'm gonna get on my video. Now this is not a long-term strategy because YouTube long format videos are important for monetization because the revenue that you get from YouTube shorts is very less as compared to the long format videos. So if you're looking from the monetization perspective, long format videos are important. But when to post it, how to post it and what topics to post it on is something that you need to keep in mind. If we are clear on that, let's move on to mistake number 2. A lot of people think that 4,000 watch hours can be completed combining your long format views and your short format views, which is not true. You go on your dashboard and if you see that you have more than 4,000 watch hours, that does not mean that your content is monetized because those are the combined views of both shorts and long format, which YouTube does not consider. Either you have to have 4,000 watch hours by doing long format videos or you have to have 10 million views with all your YouTube shorts. So you have to carefully pick and choose what route you want to take based on your strengths and weaknesses. Me personally, I would like to go by the 4,000 watch hours wala route because I think that is where I can show more of my personality and provide more value to the people. Now, next point is the topics that you can create videos on. Let's take this one. I am doing a comeback on YouTube and this is the topic that I chose because one, it is relatable, it provides value and people like me who are starting from scratch would want to know what my strategy is. So topics like these work so well for a small creator. Sharing your journey in general, problems you are facing and how you are overcoming it, these are your golden topics. Another mistake is that small creators just rush into copying other people's content. See, you can always get inspired by people, but choose to do it your own way. There is a huge difference in making inspired content and just copying other creators' content. And copying other creators' content is not going to work for you. Like copying exactly how they talk, exact scripts, exact editing styles. No, because there is no authenticity there, and people would just rather watch that established creator who is 10 times more better than you in doing the exact thing than watching you copy their content. Myself would insist, take this topic, make a video in it, but just don't copy my script. Put your personality into it, your insights into it. Even if you fumble, even if the script is not perfect, it is you, the real messy you. That is what people reward and trust. Even if you want to be a vlogger and you want to share everything about your daily life, I would not recommend it doing in the earlier stages of your YouTube journey, because as I said, people do not know anything about you. Why would they want to see what you do in a day? There is no hook point or no reason for people to watch it. If you are covering new tourist places or if you are covering new food places to visit, that is absolutely fine. But just sharing what you do randomly in a day, waking up, your daily routine, people would not be interested in watching that. I'm sorry, but because they don't know you. So I would not recommend doing it in the initial stages. I made this mistake. I got barely 200-300 views on my vlogs, and that was it. So I kept that aside. So if you're into fashion, you can choose topics like haul videos, or if you're into beauty, just test viral beauty products. And it is extremely great if you can share authentic reviews of those products, because that would be your USP. That yes, everybody is talking great about this product, but this YouTuber, she pointed out the shortcomings that it has, and that is something people really appreciate, to not get sold out to brands. So my niche is fashion, beauty and lifestyle, but more than that, my biggest niche is that I am a small creator, and that is the reason you are watching this video right now. People do not love glorified perfect content. They love being a part of your YouTube journey. So make sure you do that. Make sure you share valuable content while also being real and sharing your messy, ugly processes, and that is how you hook the audience to your personality and not just the trending topics. And when you put all of these strategies together, like creating an audience base for YouTube with the content you have already, letting the people know who you are, what you do and what you're here for and what your personality stands for, and then moving on to long format with the topic which are impossible to ignore, that right there is your strategy. And you never know, even one single long format video of yours can give you the 4,000 hours of watch time. So this is what my strategy is going to be for 2026. If I am successful in providing you any value, please subscribe to my channel, because just like you, even I'm trying to grow. Let's support each other in this, and yeah, see you in the next video.